Yes? Okay. So we're already into our last session. I really thought we'd go a little bit farther, and I thought that at this end we would just play. But we're not quite ready to play. Somebody brought up the fact that we naturally don't feel good about taking our prescriptions, and that's our biggest problem. So we need to correct that. Blessed, 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 blessed. And there's one test that I neglected to do, and it's called the assemblage point. It's a place out here. So when I test it, I hold my hand right here. And it's a place where the aura and the physical body come together. So, and even though it's where they come together, I test it by being away from the body. So the body doesn't really end here like we know. So let me see, is there anybody here who needs the assemblage point? I don't think so. I mean, you guys are so spiritual, it's just not an issue. Yeah. That's why I didn't do it.
So when you encounter problems with the assemblage point, people went into the problem, that there is no connection?
Right, right. And then the remedy is going to be this one. And it's you just reset the assemblage point. So this is supposed to be all about manifestation. So once we get our electrical circuits flowing correctly, it empowers us beyond measure. It empowers our physical body because our physical body is working better, and it empowers our spiritual body because our spiritual body, our energy body, is working better. So when it comes to manifestation, we want to play with this space here. So is there anyone who would like to volunteer? Now it can be manifesting health. You will volunteer? Wonderful, wonderful. And so what direction are we going to go? Are we going to go health, wealth, happiness?
All of the above. No, I'll tell you the thing that I started focusing on is I want to go to Oberammergau in Germany for the Bastion fight in 2020. And so I've tried to manifest that that's going to come to me without me thinking, how am I going to do this, the financial, how am I going to do all these things?
Okay.
So that's what I want to manifest.
Okay. So if you just come over here a little bit. So we're first going to do money.
Okay.
So let me show you how that works. So most of us, our biggest fear, we think our biggest fear is having too little. Most of us, our biggest fear is having too much. Too much money is a bigger fear than having too little money. So let's see where you are. Okay. So is this a good shoulder?
Yes, actually the left is better.
The left one's better? Okay. So we're going to find out where your set point is for how much money feels safe to you. So if you just step this way. All right. So we're just going to ask your body a series of questions. So I feel safe with $1,000 in the bank. Hold strong. Okay. $5,000 in the bank. Hold strong. Okay. $10,000 in the bank. Hold strong. Okay. So we're starting to reach that breaking point. Mm-hmm. All right. So relax for a moment. So besides feeling safe, on the top of one of your pages, you have activator words. So besides feeling safe, you have to feel ready. You have to feel willing. You have to feel able, ready, willing, able, open, free, worthy. I think maybe that's all of them. So your breaking point was about 10,000, and that was on safe. Mm-hmm. So how about ready? Ready for 10,000. That one's strong. Willing. Willing, hold strong. Okay. Able, hold strong. Okay, so that one's not good. Open, hold strong. And free, hold strong. That one's not good. And how about worthy? Okay, so you have a few activator words there. Okay, so you can do this technique, but I want to show you something else. So that bivaxis, that center column, is magnetic. And when we go through life experiencing all of the dramas and traumas of life, the things that we don't have the skills to process get stuck out here. And they're magnetic. And they get slowly drawn into the core, your core, because of your bivaxis. So they start out here. So that's why every physical ailment starts out here. I mean, even if it was an injury, they say that one started out here because that area was weak and therefore it attracted the problem. So what we want to do, so your activator words were free. We have to feel free. We have to feel worthy. We have able. We have to feel able. And safe. So when you think about those 4 words, what I'm going to do is when you think about that, my hands, your hands, everybody's hands get automatically magnetized to your thoughts.
Okay.
Okay? And so what I can do is I can start gathering it up in this space. And, some people are very visual and they will see it. Some people are more sensual and they'll feel it. Some people will smell it. Some people will taste it. And
what are we gathering up?
we're gathering up everything that's magnetized to her thought of not being safe, not being able, not being free, and worthy. So I just want to know, I've gathered up all this stuff. How do you feel about that? Okay. How do you feel about all this? I'm going to hold it in your energy field. You're stronger than you were before.
I am. Wonderful. The $10,000 is what I've had in my mind that I need to have a great trip. And I think that's the reason it stopped there, because that's my goal for the trip.
So you've protected yourself from all this debris I'm holding.
Yay.
Now we're going to get rid of it, throw it out here. Yeah, kick it away, kick it away, protect yourself, and see where you are now.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to see if $10,000 feels safe now, safe, worthy, open, was that one?
Yes.
Open, and able. And they all test up strong.
I'm going.
Yes. Yeah, so was there something else another direction that you wanted to go? Or was that it?
Oh, I think the health.
The health?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So think about that health item.
Okay.
And we'll see what we find in your energy field around that health item. And it tends to be sticky, so brush it off. The bobbers are a great way of finding debris in the energy field. I'm not patient enough. I want it to be bigger than that, but it's.
Could you demonstrate that?
So a bobber, if I try to hold it just really still, it comes up with something right there. And it goes all the way to the body. Comes all the way out here. But it gets weaker out here. Let me see if we can figure out what that is. I don't really feel anything. So, let's see if it's a cord. Nope, wrong shoulder. Okay. Hold strong. Yeah, it could be a cord. Okay, relax. So then, do phase technique. Everything that enters into your body, into your energy field, you're going to use for your empowerment. Everything that enters into your energy field, you're going to use to make stronger, to create health, to manifest your dreams. Okay, and so we go there again. Okay. All right, so then thinking about your health, and you don't have to share with us any information, but I'm going to invite my hands then to become magnetized to whatever your thought issue is, okay? So again, it can be very fascinating to be able to feel it, but you don't have to. And you can do this also. You don't need me doing it, though it's easier for me to get behind you than it is for you to get behind you. And then we're going to ask your body, how do you feel about this? And hold strong. Okay, so your body doesn't like it. And so we get rid of it. And now I'm going to hold my hand there like before and hold strong. Okay. So that's how real it is. Did you really let that sink in? It's this space out here where all of the dramas and traumas of life get trapped until we are able to finish processing them. And if we can't finish processing them, we gather them up, throw them away. We don't have to carry them with us. And what I do when I'm getting rid of it is I hold the intention of giving it back to the earth so that she can turn it into something more useful. Right now it seems like we're like fleas on a dog, you know? We have all of this gunk that we're carrying around with us as we walk the earth. And if we can just clean that up and give her all that gunk so that she can transform it into much more useful energy, then it will be more like the roses, the flowers walking the earth instead of the fleas. And again, as we heal ourselves, we heal our lineage forward and back. And as we heal ourselves and heal our lineage, we heal the whole planet. So you can do this yourself. You can gather up that debris. You can see it. You can feel it. One great technique is you don't want to slice down the front of your central meridian quickly. You don't want to do that because it wipes your energy away. But if you go sideways, you know? So if something starts to tug at your heart, push that out. Push that out. Push that out, push that out, and then bring in the good stuff. So that took 10 seconds maybe. Try it. It's huge. It's so real. It's so physical. Get rid of the old and bring in the good stuff. So Thank you. Is there somebody else who would like to experience that? Like, do you just need that extra? So are we going to address money or health or? So she also had a situation with implants. So we talked about cords, how a manipulative person can cord us either, they don't do it intentionally, they don't know that they're doing it. And Faye came up with the idea of turning it around. Don't let them be the leech sucking out your energy, but you take advantage of it. Oh, you're giving me that? Okay, I'm going to use that for my advantage. So implants are something different, and I can tell you extremely little. But I can tell you how to test it, and we can hope we can get rid of it. So one theory is that an implant is something you got long, long, long ago, thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago. Another theory is that aliens are trying to manipulate you today, So we had come up with something. I don't remember what. Interdimensional.
Dimming the light and
The
physical.
beacon one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to ask her body if she has implants, what I do is, I simply say, I ask implants to see if that creates a disruption in her energy field. So hold strong. Okay. And then we can find out which one. There's a 7 minimum. So one is a beacon implant. Hold strong. Okay. And then one is a surveillance implant. Okay. And then one is mental emotional. Okay. And one is physical depletion. Okay. And then one is a distraction. Okay. And then mind wipe is another one. Hold strong. Okay. So she had 2. The beacon and the physical depletion. So we haven't addressed that. Let's do the same technique. You can decide, you can use the pendulum to find out if you have an implant. I believe all implants are manipulative and we don't want them, but I can't swear to that. That's going to have to be your individual choice. But what we want to do is to make sure that she gets her health back. Though you're well on your recovery, right?
I'm trying, but it seems like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
2 steps forward, 1 step back. Yeah. Okay. So let's try this. And if this doesn't work, we'll try something else. So we're going to do this technique for implants. So you hold the intention of releasing all implants. Since you know what they are, you can identify them. Sometimes the identification is crucial. And that seems to be linked to what we came here to learn. So like when trying to heal the small intestine, for instance, and you're a nurse, you might have to heal the ileocecal valve. You might have to heal the jejunum. You might have to be more specific. And that's what the last 2 pages of your handout is for. It's for when you need to get more specific. I am clearing all implants.
All implants.
Yes.
And by that you mean ET alien implants?
Yes. Correct. We're not talking about anything physical. And again, when the body is done, it just takes this nice deep breath. And if you get a really strong response, then you've hit the target. And so that's a way of finding out which one of those implants is an issue. If you get a good solid response on the physical depletion implant, you got it. And if you got not much at all on the distraction implant, then that wasn't it. All right, so we're going to ask your body again. So it was beacon implant, hold strong. Okay, and the other one was physical depletion, hold strong. That one is still weak. So this time, let's bless her, okay? Just bless her. So her physical body went through a really difficult time, and just drop down into your heart. Build that compassion, because it's that compassion that really brings out your power. Because that compassion is unconditional love. And it helps us remember that we are all one. We are all connected. You feel the love? Okay, so it was the physical depletion beacon, or implant, hold strong. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. And now we can check the... Don't need, right?
So if you want, we can go on and find out if you have debris in your energy field linked to something physical or financial.
Let's do both.
Okay, so I like to make it very visible for everyone. So I want to have where your body is comfortable with. So should we start with $50,000?
Why not?
Why not? Okay, so I feel safe having $50,000. Okay, ready, willing, able. Okay, ready, really, open, free, worthy. That was a good one. Okay, so you had 2 in there. So connect your thoughts with that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to collect. Okay. And we're going to see how you feel about this. And hold strong. Okay. And then we pull it out of your energy field. Giving it back to the earth so that she can make something good out of it. I'm going to hold my hand like I did a moment ago and hold strong. Okay. And then physical. So connect your thoughts with that. My hands automatic, just like your hands would. There's nothing special about me. Everyone can do this. My hands connect. They become magnetized to whatever your thoughts are upon. So there's something really strong here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like pulling my stomach.
Okay, so let's get rid of this. Okay, and it actually makes you push a little to the side. Okay, so let's ask if this is a parasite. Hold strong. All right. So parasites come in all sizes. They can be as big as us, or they can be microscopic, or they can be smaller yet. So somehow you got a parasite. Parasites, again, are always manipulative. And so we're going to send this back from which it came. We can invite the angels to come and assist us. And we're not going to just leave this parasite stranded. We're going to send it back with love and light. And then we're going to fill up your space. Oftentimes when people eliminate a parasite, they feel empty. But I've seen huge results of getting rid of parasites. I had this one 16-year-old girl. She came to me like this. That's as straight as she could get. And I would work on her and she would leave upright. By the time she got home, she was back like this again. So a couple of times a week, I would work on her. She'd leave like this, but she would arrive like this. They wouldn't tell their dad they were taking her to me because I was too weird. And it turned out to be pretty weird. It was something that at that time I had a difficult time even telling her. But the reason why she was to one side is because the parasite was here. Yeah. And the parasite would calm down while I worked on it, but then in the 15 minutes it took to get home, that parasite knew he was in charge again. So this girl, before she came to me, they took her to chiropractors, they took her to DOs, they did x-rays. One DO took x-rays, charged her several $100s, gave her her money back, said, "I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with you. There's no explanation here." And it was a parasite. After we finally figured out it was a parasite, I only worked on her one time after that.
Was this physical or?
It was not physical. So parasites will attach to us anytime we're vulnerable. It can be, accident, a heartache, whatever. Okay, so we have successfully eliminated the parasite. I've been pumping in good energy here. But yeah, many people after they lose that parasite, they'll feel an emptiness because they get used to that parasite's presence. You don't want it. Fill that emptiness with you. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so we're going to ask again. Parasite. Okay, all right, and then let's see. Did we get everything? Okay, so let's see how you feel about this. Hold strong. Okay, we pull it out of your energy field. And I'm going to hold my hand here just to be identical and hold strong. Okay.
Oh, it was such an easy way to breathe.
Ah! She says she can finally breathe.
Breathe.
Easy your breath. Easy your breath. This is something you can do for you.
Thank you.
There's nothing special about me. You got it.
I know. But you're the only one who can figure it out.
Whenever you see
After so many doctors, nothing wrong with you.
Right. That's how I learned what I know.
Yeah.
It's out of necessity. I think you'll find most people say that.
Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, it's an amazing phenomenon. If you see somebody like this, if you focus, if you really identify, they have a parasite here. And they instinctively try to get away from it. But were we going to do something with you still? Yes. So we wanted to get rid of some more stuff, didn't we? So yes, you can do this on your own. But I only had 2 things left that I wanted to do. So I'm no author, I'm no poet, but I wrote a poem all about change. That's gonna, if you want to be my first audience, I can read that poem. The other thing I had planned for this last segment is I want you to know, go to Donna Eden's YouTube. If you don't do internet, you can send me an email and I'll email the exercises to you.
Could you give your email for the internet audience?
Yes. I can punch it. That's HeartSongN. HeartSongN@AOL.com. And I'll email you anything that we did today. So my daily routine includes Donna Eden's daily routine, and then I do this for specifics that I know I need. So I had sciatic pain until I activated my penetrating flow, so I do that one. I had plantar fasciitis. We didn't cover that one. And that's, a lot of people have that issue. And for that, so many of us, before we get up out of bed at night, or before we get out of bed in the morning, we'll stretch our toes out, we'll stretch our whole body out, right? It's a wonderful way to open up the body and prepare for the day. But if you have plantar fasciitis, those toes, stretching them out is great, but you also want to pull your toes up towards your knee. Plantar fasciitis, do that stretch. Pull your toes up to your knee before you get out of bed. I did it for 7 days, and that's all it took. So I have a routine that I do, which it just kind of summarizes what we did for this afternoon, and I have a poem. So I think all of that would take 15 minutes, if you want to hear my poem. So, first, if you could let me know when we have 15 minutes. Okay. All right, so are we going to do physical, financial, what do you want? Physical. All right, so think about your physical issue. You don't have to share anything, so just think about it. And as you think about it, I'll just start gathering up. So sometimes it feels electrical. Sometimes it feels like it has teeth. So that last one kind of felt like it had teeth. So that's why I asked, well, is this a parasite? Sometimes it's just a thickening. It's like, gosh, it just has so much debris, it just feels thick. So you got something going on right there. So let's get rid of all of this and throw it out. And let me see what this is here. So hold strong. Is this a good shoulder?
It's hurting right now. So.
Okay. How about this one?
Yeah, that's fine.
So you hold it in the throat if somebody wants to. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay. And as I reflected back, we're going to send this back to whoever it came from, and we're going to do so with unconditional love. Unconditional love has no judgment. And then we're going to fill up this space with more unconditional love, this time for you. And again, when we ask your body, how do you feel about this space now? Hold strong. Okay. Very good. All right, relax. Okay, so we cleaned up your energy field. We got rid of this cord here. It's going to be your responsibility to do as Faye suggested, and you set an intention. All energy that comes into my energy field is to strengthen me. And if you start feeling a little pinch, let that remind you, uh-oh, protection, I got to protect myself. Because it really just feels like a little tiny cramp. There's a reason for all of that. Don't ignore it. The body, some people say, oh, I have a really high tolerance of pain. That's not a good thing.
I do, though.
So your body's trying to talk to you.
Okay.
It's time to start listening. Okay? Yeah, before your body's screaming. And number one, feel your breath. Feel your breath. The 2-minute breath. Every time you hurt, the 2-minute breath.
Okay.
Is there anything else we wanted to do with you?
No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Again, you can do this on your own. You can clean up your own energy field. You want to get stuff behind you too, it hides. And get rid of it. Give it back to the earth so that she can become stronger.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll do my poem and then you guys, then we can play some more and see if anybody comes up with anything else that you want to address. But the last 2 pages, I basically showed you how to do it. You just strength test the activator words. Is this an issue? You go weak when it's an issue. We are not asking yes/no questions. We are asking, does our energy flow or does it stop? So if you say activator words and test their strength and they're strong, that's not an issue. If they go weak, then you find out, okay, well, which one of those words is my issue? And that's probably just so you get a better understanding of you. I don't know that it's needed, but it might be. And then you just go on down the list. The 7 deadly fears. I have a head injury from it being as a kid. I have a head injury, and so my husband is great about muscle testing me, and we went down the list. And at 7 deadly fears is where my energy broke. So then I wanted to know, okay, which one? And it was a fear of a serious illness or whatever that says. So great. My fear of a serious illness was creating my illness. But then by doing the basic technique to heal myself of that fear, and then the constant reminders when we fall back into old habits, and the constant reminders are good too, because it is too easy to allow ourselves to fall back into our old fears.
Quick question.
Yes.
If we were gonna do this one ourselves, we would use the can or the milk jug or whatever it is, instead of having somebody push our arm. Wouldn't that be true?
If you're going to do it on yourself, what you do is when something triggers you, you clean up your energy field. When something triggers you, it is because you haven't healed from that something connected to that. So if somebody says you did a lousy job, then if we've healed from all the times that we have done a good job or haven't done a good job, if we've healed from all of that, we're not going to go weak. That's not an issue for us. When we go weak is when we haven't healed. When we get triggered, it's when we haven't healed. If we don't have any triggers, we would be healthy. So you can tell what you need by your triggers. So when you get triggered, get rid of that, and bring in something more beneficial.
So, in addition to trigger, you could go through the list.
You can.
If something resonates with you, or just go through every one.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
cover all your bases.
you can. Yes, absolutely. But like this space out here, we all know people who think they're unlovable. So it's because they have the patterns out here, and the patterns are going to be like Zabe's sacred geometry, but broken. Okay, so the patterns of I'm unlovable is a broken sacred shape. So it's when we all know people who have that, I'm unlovable. So you have to get rid of those patterns. It's just like taking a shower. Get it off of you, throw it away, and replace it with something good, something beneficial. We all know people who are a victim. They just always seem to be victimized. And they keep becoming victimized by more people because like attracts like. So when we have those patterns in our energy field of being a victim, we attract more opportunities to be a victim. So we get rid of those patterns and hold the intention of replacing it with something that will serve us much better. And not only serve us, but serve all of humanity and all of the earth. Anything else? Yeah?
I'm talking to a lot of people now that suffer from, is it neuropathy?
Uh-huh.
What would you do for that?
I would do those exercises to get all of the currents flowing. So this morning we did the Donna Eden's basic routine that addressed all of the basic meridians. This afternoon we did the radiant circuits. Neuropathy is going to be connected to one of those radiant circuits. It's also going to be connected to the liver. So you want to do that liver exercise, which was the push-pull to the floor and then to the side and to above, and then get rid of all of that yuck with that. Neuropathy is, it takes a little bit of time, but I do believe that it can be healed. Anything else? Okay. All right, so my poem is called I Can Change. Be able to sit? Okay. So drop all your thoughts down into your heart. We're asking the body to do a lot of changes, and change isn't easy. Most of us do it only kicking and screaming. I can change. I can change. I can release yesterday and have a new beginning. I can change. I can let go of the dramas and traumas of yesterday and be fully open to the new possibilities of today, because I can change. I can release stuck patterns and thoughts because I can change. I can open up my body, every cell, every molecule, to receive the newness of today because I can change. I can breathe new life into every cell of my body because I can change. When something triggers my anger or my anxiety, I can transform myself to feeling peace because I can change. And to the entire world, I say, I'm sorry, because there is so much suffering, And to the entire world, I say, please forgive me. Because each one of us must take responsibility. And to the entire world, I say, I love you. Because we must all open our hearts and live within that space. And to the entire world, I say thank you, because you give me life. And because I feel gratitude, I activate the divine and benevolent forces. And to the entire world, I say blessings throughout you. Because we are all one, we are all interconnected. And to the entire world, I say, be filled with grace. Because grace has that way of filling in all the empty spaces that we forgot. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for change. So my morning routine, do we have time to do my morning routine? So I do this. I once had a conversation with Dr. Robert Pettit. You guys know Dr. Robert Pettit? Yeah. So that was, I guess maybe 10, 12 years ago. And at that time, I had shoulder pain. And so he holds up his pendulum and asks a quick question. He said, that's leftover flu virus. And then he holds up the pendulum again and says, okay, it's gone now. And I guess he probably swung it in my energy field. So now, 10 years later, I think I'm understanding that what he did, and I saw you doing this last night, what he did was clear away the patterns, those stuck patterns in my energy field related to the shoulder pain. Sure enough, the shoulder pain was gone, and it didn't come back. I have a different shoulder pain now, which is probably because I do this like everybody else. And I'm working towards correcting that. But my point is that even though I really like this, because I feel it so strong, and it tells me if I'm right on or if I missed the mark, but you can do it with a pendulum. So you decide. You can sit there. You can not only do a pendulum. If you don't have a pendulum, you can use your fingers and just clean up your energy field. So some of this is cleaning up your energy field. Some of it is activating. We've already done the activations. I am just trying to give you my whole routine so that when you listen to this later, you can do it on your own. Okay? Okay, great. Okay, so I'll do this, and then we'll have somebody else come up here, and we'll see what we can find. Okay? All right, so you can hold your position, or you can do a pendulum. So the way I begin is I hold the intentions of connecting with the highest frequencies of earth, heaven, and within. And I do this. I often hold space to bring somebody else in with me because it makes us so much more powerful when what we do for others, we do for ourselves. Like a client or like a family member, someone you have permission. And so I hold this space for myself and whoever I choose to have in that space with me, across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. I invite the Ascended Masters required for me to achieve my goals here today, and those on my prayer list or whatever you'd like to call it. The first thing I do is I anchor in 4 columns of light for each individual and their homes, connecting to the highest frequencies of Earth, highest frequencies of the heavens or the cosmos, the universe, whatever word you like, and bringing both of those into the highest frequencies within. Then I activate the golden torus. So the torus is an energy flow that one of these pictures has. It comes up your center column, then goes out to the outer edge of your aura, then back up your center column, goes out to the edge of your aura, and it just continues in this motion. So we want this to be strong and healthy, and I also hold the intention of creating a wall, a protective shield on that outer edge. Then we also want to activate, so we have that vivaxis and the vivaxis in the core of our being. Wrapped around the vivaxis is the hara line. Another word for that is the Taiji pole. The golden light rod is another word for that. So we activate that golden light rod. Then within this torus, well, I always held the intention of severing all cords, but we can change that to making all energy in here beneficial to the physical, mental, emotional body. And then in this energy field, we shatter all the stuck patterns, transform those stuck patterns into something more useful. And you might imagine, pretend, make it fun. Make it fun. You can see it, you can feel it, you can simply know it's taking place. You can often feel like that you're getting a cool shower. So we unwind all non-beneficial thought patterns, shatter, transform, destroy, uncreate all of the stuck patterns, illuminate the 5 diamonds of luck. Clear, activate, and balance all the chakras, and create the weave between them so that they are connected and communicating one with another. We build the radiant circuits. We balance and build the 5 elements or rhythms. So the rhythms are wood, water, fire, earth, and metal. The one there that's really, that I found most people are weak on is metal. Metal is the element for change. Activate your stem cell production. You can activate stem cell production wherever it is needed most. Or you can pay $5,000, $8,000 to a doctor. Your choice. And then build a figure 8, connecting the body, which the hard drive of the body is in the heart, with the mind, with the spirit. So you just imagine body, mind, and spirit communicating with each other. Balance the yin with the yang. This is the recognizing the dual forces in life, the positive, the negative, the right, the left, the hot, the cold. Activating the foot and head electrics, activating the meridians, balancing the body systems, the chemistry, organs, and structure. Activate a state of wonder and possibilities, and clear a path to step out of our humanness and into divine intelligence. And then integrate the current cosmic frequencies. So these are shifting all the time. So daily, I integrate the current cosmic frequencies. And then I want to activate patterns for success, patterns for health, patterns for abundance, opportunities, communication, and forgiveness for everyone in my prayer circle, on my prayer list. Elevate our vibration to match that of our desires. And then, of course, with infinite love and gratitude, we anchor this process into body, mind, spirit, and emotions. And then send grace and blessings to each individual and the Ascended Masters who have helped us today. Grace and blessings just fills in the blanks where maybe I didn't know to ask. And so it is. So it is. So did anyone have any experiences with that they'd like to share? Does anybody have any experiences today they'd like to share? Yes?
Wait for the mic.
I tried to get rid of my implant and I am now not feeling well, and I don't think it went anywhere.
So let's send Teresa some blessings. So Teresa, seated right here, needs our blessings. And when we all do it, it's so powerful, so fast, so easy. So send Teresa blessings. And grace. And she brought a crystal bowl, and I believe this is going to fill in the remaining void. Yes?
You asked me to remind you to finish me.
Yes. And yet I have no idea what that was. Okay. So an amazing thing happened one day. We were drumming. We were in a drumming circle. And we noticed that north, south, east, and west were all a little bit different. Specifically, north. When we were drumming that direction, the tone was just so much more beautiful. So Teresa brought her crystal bowl so we could see if we could experience that. Are you able? Wherever you're comfortable. So we want to experience two directions, north and whatever direction you want. All right, so see if you can compare that to another direction. Any direction you choose. which one did you like best? The first one or the second one? First? How many first? How many second? So about even. Interesting.
Different places in my head.
Yeah.
One was in a different place.
She said she heard it in different places in her head. And probably felt it in different places in your head? Maybe? You felt it in your heart? Yeah. Okay, I remembered now. Yes. So you had 2 weak chakras, and we didn't fix them because we wanted to go through the whole process. So let's see if you still have 2 weak chakras. So one of those, I don't remember, heart and solar plexus? Okay. So we want to know if they got better as the result of what we did today.
Okay.
And is this shoulder still good?
Yes.
Okay. So we asked the heart, how are you doing now? All right. And then we asked the solar plexus, how are you doing now? All right.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yes.
you very much. That was a lot of work. Thank you.
Yeah. So you just need to do those exercises, those activations.
I need to stop thinking what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you take that thought and you throw it out. You know, they now think that we don't think up here, we think out here. So you grab that thought and you throw it out. Yes, Tad?
Speak loud.
Oh, they can't hear you on the internet if you...
Thank you for your love and your wisdom.
Oh, well, thank you, Tad.
A dear friend of mine passed this week, Leonard Orr, who was the founder of Rebirthing, intuitive breathing. And so I'm asking if we could bless his passing and his movement forward in his spiritual life.
And would you like to lead us in words, or would you just like to everyone to drop down into their heart and connect with that compassion?
Connect with their heart.
Okay. So again, just activate that heart center. Feel compassion. And send blessings. Thank you for that. I love Greg Braden, and he did another fun experiment where he got a group of people together to meditate. Yes?
I just wanted to let you know that Jackie is out of surgery.
All right, great, and blessings to her again. So I want you to tell this story because it shows you another evidence of your power. So he got together a group of people to do a meditation. He took a bunch of readings on the dopamine levels and other hormones in the brain. And then they did an hour meditation and they took the levels again. And everyone jumped significantly. So they expected that. Then they thought, okay, we're in the 2nd floor. I wonder if that cafe down below us experienced any change. And so they went downstairs to the cafe, asked for volunteers, hey, can we check your dopamine levels? And sure enough, everybody down there matched the meditators. Yeah, yeah. That's how powerful you are. That's how to change the world. I know that's a big responsibility, but I don't think you'd be here if you didn't have that desire. I know that that was my driving force. I just wanted to change my little world, but now I recognize that by changing my little world, we actually do change the whole world, because we're all connected, There's no such thing as being alone. I'm sorry, can't happen. And you always have something you can do. You're never helpless. So we have a few minutes left if somebody else wants to come up here and we see what we can do. All right. We have 10 minutes. So are we addressing physical or physical? And do you want to find out if there is a particular direction that we should go, or do you want me to just feel what I can feel?
Feel what you feel.
Feel what, okay. All right. So this is a good shoulder?
Yep.
All right. So hold strong. And then think about this issue that you want to change. And hold strong. Okay. All right. So connecting with that, I'm going to find whatever it is I can find. And then I'm going to throw it out here, giving it back to the earth. And now once again, think about that issue that you want to shift, hold strong. Okay. Okay. Where did you feel anything in that?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. So then we can ask something else. Something else. Hold strong. Yeah. So then, let's see. What should we ask? How about the activator word? So I'm just going to go down the list.
Can we switch arms?
Okay. We can switch arms. Okay. It's really, all right. So do we need to know basic cause? Hold strong. No. How about an activator word? Hold strong. Okay. How about an archetypal pattern? Hold strong. Okay. Ancestral carryover. Hold strong. Whoa. Something you're carrying for your ancestors. Does that make sense?
Could be. A lot of family stuff.
Okay. All right. So then we connect our thoughts with the magnetism of the hands, and we see what we gather up. And then throw it out. And which shoulder am I using? This one? So again, think of that issue. Hold strong. Okay. And then something else. Hold strong. There's still something else. So then we ask, is it one of the 7 deadly sins? Hold strong? No. How about one of the 7 deadly fears? Hold strong? Ooh, there we go. So, fear of a serious illness. Hold strong? No. Fear of not being good enough, smart enough. Hold strong? Oh, okay. So now we're going to collect everything. And again, this can be inherited. We're going to connect everything to, or collect everything connected to that fear. And we're going to get rid of it, giving it back to the earth, and then hold strong. Okay. And something else, hold strong. Okay. We got it strong that time. It is still going to be your responsibility to keep that, don't let it come back. It's too easy to let it come back. Okay? Great.
Okay, do we leave it to that, or do we fill up the body with gold light or something?
Let's bless him and fill him up with light. And you know what? Let's bless the whole room, because we haven't really done that. So all attendees here, and just fill each individual with love, unconditional love, light. And that feels complete.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Any questions? I really can't wait for you to email me with your experiments and your experiences with carrying this forward. I know it just seems too easy. That was my problem. But easy is good. It doesn't take thousands of dollars. It doesn't take going under a knife. I mean, if that's the direction you want to go, I have no judgment there. I'm just giving you alternatives. Are we done? Are we about done? Yes? 4:30? Any questions before we go? Oh, I can email that to you too if you'd like. It doesn't matter. Thank you so much. This has been a great honor. Thank you. Thank you.